Looky what happened. Hey guys, this is Tyler with Boost Junkie Media, and welcome back for another video today. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the S550. And that's right, as you can see, there it is, and there is the brand. So let's just talk a little bit about the experience with the overall installation. I'm not sure, me and my friend Josh from the Underground Garage, we did live stream like a good part of a day of the installation. I think I can post a link to that on the channel if you guys want to see some of the installation like in live, you know, how it was as it went. It really wasn't too bad. I've done several Whipple kits on cars, oil pump gears, you know, a Paxton before. So this was my first ESS tuning supercharger. Centrifugals overall are typically considerably easier, I would say, than like a Whipple or a Roush, a positive displacement type blower. Basically because it just bolts to the front of the motor. You don't have to remove the manifold. You don't have to remove any of that stuff. You just literally either remove something off the front, put a bracket on it, and install the blower on the bracket, or like in this case, you literally just put the bracket right on top of the existing bracketry, and it all just works. So you can see here the blower, it kind of bolts here. This is your main blower bracket. It bolts to the front cover and to the alternator down in there. And then the blower just sits down into this. The belt is back here on the back side. This here is your intake side. So this goes down into the fender well. This is where your air filter is down in here. This is just a draw line to draw fresh air out of the valve covers here. I've got my UPR clean side can clipped on there. And then this does have an air-to-air intercooler. So the charge pipe comes down under here, goes around under through here, goes into the intercooler here in the front. You can kind of see, you might be able to see the clamps in there. So there's the intercooler in the front, and then the charge pipe comes back up through here. Sorry, it's kind of dark. Goes underneath the Degas bottle and comes up, and it's this guy right here. It comes up and kind of does a loop-de-doop right into the throttle body right there. The mass air meter does get relocated to right underneath, to a straight pipe right underneath the Degas bottle there, and they do provide you a extension harness for that in the kit. So the kit overall is actually a very good kit for the money. I don't know that you can beat it as far as the quality of the kit. It is literally like half the price of a Whipple or even some of the Paxton Vortex stuff, which didn't used to be that expensive, but because of its popularity, I guess they have raised the price. I will say overall fit and refinement of the kit, speaking heavily for the Whipple stuff because that's what I'm really familiar with, nothing beats, in my opinion, beats the Whipple stuff. It is just so good. Everything fits so well. With this kit, everything did fit fine, but there are a few things, like where the one charge pipe goes through, right through here. It's just a very tight fit, and you're kind of squeezing it through. You've got the AC line there. You've got part of the computer harness over here. So you've got to work that through. It's just, it's not difficult by any means, but it definitely isn't the best fitting. You can tell that people were just like, well, look, here's an opening. Let's just shove a pipe through here and plug it in. Well, and that will probably be fine. I'm sure it won't pose any problems. But there's none of the stuff on the Whipple like that. Like every little piece of the Whipple kit was thought about and designed to not have those kinds of things. This kit was good in regards that nothing is modified really permanently. The only thing you have to do permanently, I don't know if you can see with a lack of light right here, but if you can kind of see where my finger is right here, there's part of the valve cover that has to be clearanced right here for the main blower bracket. And that was literally just taking a Dremel and just cutting out a little bit of the corner of the casting of the valve cover, and that was it. It doesn't affect the valve cover in any way. Somebody who, you could take this kit off the car, put it back to stock, and somebody would probably not even look at that and realize that anything had ever been done to it. So as far as that goes, that's very nice. Nothing gets modified permanently. So yeah, so overall the kit is, like I said, it's the best bang for your buck. I don't know that there's a kit out there that you're going to get more for your money. It is, for the most part, a complete kit. Only thing it doesn't come with is your tuning, obviously, and your injectors. You do have to pick up those separately. I don't think you can buy the injectors and all that with the kit for an added cost, but it's not included in the price of the kit. So I think the ID 1050X is through them is like $1,000. And I did do a booster pump. I did a booster pump individually, so that as well if you want to do a booster pump. Other than that, everything is pretty much included with the kit. Everything's pretty easy to figure out where everything goes. The instructions are pretty decent. They come on a little thumb drive. So they send you this. They send you a little SanDisk thumb drive with your kit. This has all the instructions on it and actually an installation video. But there's really nothing that's like difficult in any way as far as the installation goes. I did do mine in black powder coat. They do come satin. I think it's like an extra $200 to get it in black, and you can actually get it in custom colors. I don't know that I would have done that. I didn't realize that when I purchased it, that you could do that, but you can. I've seen people have the volute part here powder coated to the color of their car. So you can do that. I'm not sure if that's through ESS or if that's through, you know, somebody else, but that can be done. As far as evap stuff, like I said, I had the Whipple clean side can left over from my other car, so I put that on here, ran my clean air piece here up to that, and then over on the dirty side I went ahead and picked up a UPR catch can right here. This has the check valve in it so that you're not pressurizing your crankcase. So this goes between your intake here and your valve cover here. And then I also picked up this oil filler cap that has a filter element built in that will also let crankcase pressure get out. There is a check ball in that setup as well, so no fresh air can be sucked in, so you're not getting unmetered air into the motor. But it does allow, if you have crankcase pressure when you're in boost, it does help allow for that to get out, which is always a good thing. You don't want to pressurize your crankcase. You pressurize your crankcase, you can have issues down the road with things like gaskets and seals blowing out. That's never a good thing. Every car has a little bit of blow by. Every engine when you're in boost has some blow by. Even if your rings are seated, even if the motor is in good health, when you add boost into the cylinders, you've got a lot of cylinder pressure, you're gonna have some blow by. There's no way around it. So once that blow by gets underneath the piston rings, gets into the crankcase area, you've got to get that pressure out. You don't want it sitting down there and trying to push out on seals. So these are good ways to kind of combat that. I did this on the orange car. It was a Whipple car. I figured why change it up? That car never had any issues, seemed to run great. So I did the same thing here. So yeah, so anybody who is out there thinking about a supercharger, you know, if you don't have the 10 grand to spend on a Whipple or a Roush or whatever, you can go this route. I think when I bought this is the G3 kit. I think the kit itself was $5,500. I did have to add injectors and stuff to that, but it still comes out to be less than like the Whipple and stuff. Even though they come with injectors, it does still come out to be less. Availability was also a big factor for me. The Whipple stuff was, you know, 16, 20 weeks out. I don't know in the Paxton and ProCharger, but this kit, I had it in hand about 16 days after I placed the order, which really, in the condition of the world is, supply chains and all that, isn't bad to have it in hand in 16 days. It took me and Josh about 2 weeks about 2 days to do the installation. Some of that was the injectors. The injectors on the Gen 3 to me were kind of a pain in the butt, but we did get it. Really wasn't too bad. It's just the ID1050X injectors. They have two different adapter pieces on them that you have to make sure they're both seated. It's just a little bit of a pain. So yeah, really wasn't anything too bad. Let me go ahead and I'll put you guys up here for a second, and we'll go ahead and crank it up. but it definitely's got a little bit of a whistle to it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I just wanted to kind of, you know, touch base a little bit on the kit itself, let you know what my, you know, thoughts were on it, how the installation went, how everything looks when it's done. My overall recommendation is, if you want to go supercharger, you don't have the money, you don't want to spend, you know, the 10+ grand on the Whipple stuff, which I totally understand. It's a great kit. It does seem to make good power. You know, I haven't put on a dyno yet. That's coming. But just out on the road a little bit, it does feel quick. It's a completely different feeling than a positive displacement blower is. It doesn't have that just instant low-end power that the Whipple does. But it definitely pulls very hard up top. And as you rev it, the power just comes on nice and smooth. It's a really good feeling for a street car, is how I feel that it's going to be. So we're going to try to get to the track. We tried this last weekend. The track was closed due to weather. So hopefully the track will be open coming up pretty soon. We can get it over there, see what it does. And of course, I'll have some footage of that at some point in the future. So with that being said, guys, go ahead and give me a subscribe and like the video and shoot me a comment. Let me know what you guys like to see. You know, we still got the S550. We still got the Fox body. We're doing content on both of those, so just kind of stay tuned to the channel, and you'll see both of those cars in future videos. Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys later.